This is video teaching the Olso stitch in Naalbinding. It is a fairly simple stitch that can be built on to create other stitches that are less elastic, a little more complicated, but thicker. For the Olso stitch, one way to start is do a half hitch knot, a little pretzel, and then, whoops, need a little longer tail on the end. You won't be using it, but it's something to hold on to, and that's important. It will rest between your finger, or on top of your finger and thumb. You're not holding it, you're not pinching it, it just rests. Your gauge is this loop here on how tight or how loose you want your stitches. I like mine fairly tight, so it's about the size of a, smaller than a dime, about a fingernail. So that just sits there. Very important is to keep your tail out of the way. It helps with the tension, but if it gets in the way, it can create havoc. You're working with a strand of yarn instead of off the skein or off the ball, kind of like sewing. So this will mean you have to add lengths eventually, and I'll be showing that. You always want your long working yarn laying between your pointer finger and your thumb. If it's not there, you need to adjust something. Now, you'll take your needle, fairly large needle, with a hole big enough for yarn. You can use the roving like I'm using here. You can use worsted. You can go all the way down to sock weight yarn. It's all in preference. So you thread that up and then come through the hole here and pull. And that will give you a loop down by the cuticle of your thumb. And once again, you're laying between the pointer and the thumb. This is where you'll start. To do the stitch, oops, go up through this first one, the top loop, from front to back, twist. Now don't pull your needle through here. It works best if you do this all in one step and then pull. Otherwise, it gets a little messed up. Then you're going to go underneath the loop that's by your cuticle. You're going to go underneath your working thread or yarn. So you've got the top loop, the bottom loop, and your long yarn. This is the point where people tend to get a little skittish. What you're going to do is hold on to your needle, lift up your pointer finger, which transfers that top loop onto your needle. And then you just put it back down. Now you're not holding anything. See? Then your bottom loop will go up to the top now and pull your needle through. And that will create your new bottom loop. Tighten it up a little. If you pull here, it tightens up your bottom loop. Pull the long one, tightens your bottom or your top and your bottom loops. We'll try that again. Go from the front to the back. Twist under both, lift that finger and kind of brush your needle back. That puts the loop on the needle. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to fall off. It's not going to be wrecked. That's what it's supposed to do. Move your bottom to the top and pull. And that creates, see, there's that tail getting in the way. And that creates your new bottom loop. Tug the tail a little bit, tightens your stitch, front to back, twist, under 2, slide, push this up, and pull.